Good evening, everybody. Welcome. This is November 13th, 2025. We are at the Mayor and Council meeting, Borough of Allendale. Linda, will you please call the meeting to order and read the Public Meetings Act announcement?
In compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act, the notice requirements have been satisfied. The meeting dates for the year are confirmed at the annual meeting, are posted on the public bulletin board in the municipal building and on the borough website, published in the record within the first 10 days of the new year, and copies are sent to the Ridgewood News and Star Ledger. Councilman Yakarino.
Here.
Councilman O'Toole.
Here.
Councilwoman Holman.
Here.
Councilwoman Lovasolo.
Here.
Councilman Delavatio.
Here.
Councilman O'Connell.
Here.
Mayor Wozinski.
Here. Ready, please rise. To salute the flag.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have a few presentations at the top of the meeting and some proclamations, and these are always the fun part of our Mayor and Council meetings. First, I'd like to read a proclamation on Veterans Day. A proclamation of gratitude for United States veterans. Whereas Veterans Day is a day of solemn observance set aside to honor the brave men and women of the United States Armed Forces who have served and sacrificed in defense of the fundamental freedoms we hold dear. And whereas the Borough of Allendale is immensely proud to recognize and honor the dedicated service of our veterans who have courageously protected our nation from past conflicts to present day engagements, ensuring our security, liberty, and way of life. Whereas the Borough of Allendale acknowledges the profound importance of supporting and thanking our veterans for their unwavering commitment and contributions to the preservation of peace and protection of our rights and freedoms, both at home and abroad. And whereas the veterans of Allendale represent the finest qualities of patriotism, selflessness, and resilience, and their service has indelibly shaped the history of our great nation and our local community. And whereas the Borough of Allendale, in keeping with this commitment to honor our veterans, invites all residents to join in recognizing and reflecting in the sacrifices of those who have served, as well as the ongoing contributions of the veterans to honor our community and country. Now therefore be it proclaimed that I, Amy Wozinski, the Mayor of Allendale, County of Bergen, do officially proclaim November 11th, 2025 as Veterans Day in Allendale, New Jersey, and encourage all residents to observe this day with appropriate ceremonies, reflections, and heartfelt expressions, gratitude to our veterans, their families, and all those who have served in the armed forces of the United States. I was actually with two veterans today, myself and Councilwoman Lovasolo. Allendale Rec Commission dedicated a big, huge flag to Brookside School. So we got to go and see some of our armed forces. Actually, one of them came up to me and said he was the one that was responsible for providing all the trucks in and our Chief Dillon was there too, of course. He escorted me there, actually. And he wanted to make sure that I called him for next year so he could bring all of us to our Memorial Day parade. So that was kind of fun. Okay. Next, actually, I'm going to move the agenda around a little bit. We are going to have Girl Scout presentation. Sinan did an amazing project in Allendale. Those who know me know that I have an obsession with the ugly blue barrels all over our town, and I want every single one of them removed. And because they're really ugly and they're just gross. And she made the most beautiful surroundings for garbages, and especially with our new concession stand at Crestwood Lake and the colors that match the Red Barn, it just really brought together that whole space and all the other areas that you did it. And when I say they're high quality, oh my gosh, these things are such high quality. So I'd love you to come up and tell us a little bit about your project.
So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Sonali May, and I'm a Boy Scout from Troops 59 and 936 of Allendale and USR respectively. So over the past 2 or so years, I've been working with the town on my Eagle project, which, as mentioned before, was to build these 15 wooden trash can things to replace or like surround the blue ones that have been being used up till now. So going into this, I really did not like have any experience with this sort of stuff. Like, the whole like woodworking and everything, like I had very minimal experience, so I had to do like a lot of research and stuff. So I kind of started out with just kind of, learning how to use like the tools, learning, the types of materials I needed to use. Like how like the room needs to be pressure treated and everything. And I also made my own design for the trash cans. I based it on like this one trash can. It's near Brookside, and it was like the only one that kind of was like one of the wooden ones starting out back like 2 years ago. Oh, right, and I started this project like back in like 2024 when I like emailed Mayor Lizinski, and we kind of worked together to find out like a project at the time needed to be done, and that's how we came to this conclusion. Um, so after I made the full designs and finished the research project, I went and started gathering materials. So this mostly involved like, the most important part was looking for like the lumber and stuff. And I ended up getting it from Cuban Brothers and later on also Home Depot. And I worked with Mr. Buckley from Cuban Brothers to order the wood and kind of decide how what the shipments were, what time they would be. And we got them in those batches. So I also gathered the tools, the drills, and the torques, rain flies, trash bags, that sort of stuff, prepare for the work sessions. And during this time, I ended up borrowing tools, from my scoutmasters as well, Mr. Chu and Mr. Murphy. They were very gracious, they lent me a lot of drills.
That's good.
But so afterwards was the work session, so this was definitely the hardest part of the project. My project spanned across 8 work sessions, all the way from March to June. And, some of them I would work for, so like 9 or 10 hours a day. But it was a great experience to learn how to like lead, a lot of scout volunteers, as well as their parent volunteers who also showed up and really supported me in the project. And I do have a couple of pictures of
Great.
the volunteers. So here is like some of the
Oh,
project
gosh.
volunteers. This is my dad. And some other people. And yeah, like
Here, come a little closer.
Yeah,
So you can see.
these are the finished projects.
So
nice.
Oh, come
Yeah, come on
closer.
up.
We want to see.
It's so great.
Oh, easy.
It's so great that you had other people learn how to use the tools also,
Yeah.
which is
Look
a
how
great
awesome.
skill.
A lot of work for yourself.
Going, didn't work with this either, so I had to like, I learned I had to teach them as well.
That's kind of really what,
Yeah.
the epitome of these projects, right? You're supposed to learn.
Yeah, the leadership.
and The
Yeah.
leadership behind it and.
It's a really good experience, I say about it.
Good.
And there's.
And it's a useful.
Yeah.
Be useful if I can.
There's like.
See, and when you go to college, you're gonna be able to hang your own things going on. That's good.
I could make my own trash.
Cool.
So I have a lot of people to thank for the project. I want to thank the town, like Mayor Wilsinski, Mr. O'Connell, and Mr. Viaro for like working with me and supporting me through this project and allowing me this opportunity to learn like leadership and all these skills. And I also want to thank my scoutmasters, Mr. Thomas, Mr. Murphy, Mr. Asplund, and Mrs. Susan Oxton, for guiding me throughout this project and supporting me the entire way, because I could not have done it without them. And I also couldn't have done it without the help of all of these volunteers who gave up their time to come and help me with my project. And like especially my family, like my mom and my dad, they helped me a lot with this. And they put in a lot of their time and effort into this, and I want to thank them for that. So in the end, I think I have about 180 hours for this project. And if we combine all of the individual hours from all the volunteers, that That adds to about 520 hours. So it was a pretty hefty project.
Well done.
I'm really proud of it.
Mayor, if I can add, I think one of the scoutmasters told me that she actually baked cookies and sold cookies as a fundraiser for this project. So she won't pat herself on the back, so I have to, she did a great job.
I want to say, you're just an extraordinary young lady. The leadership that you've shown through this has been unbelievable. I've talked to your mother many times. She's so proud of you, and you can tell you come from great parents. I mean, this is something that everybody all over Allendale is going to see and get to, use throughout the years. And it's something that was useful. It's something that added beautiful aesthetics. It's something that, we all need garbage cans, right? And you all learned a new skill. And then you were able to show your leadership down to some of the other people that were working with you. So I just want to thank you so much.
Thank you.
This was definitely a wonderful project for Allendale. Thanks for using Allendale for your project. We're going to skip to our best practice. In
Oh.
order.
The fun stuff.
The fun stuff. Yes, a little fun, then we'll go back to fun.
Okay, so the 2025 best practices inventory has been completed. The inventory is required every year by the state of New Jersey, and its purpose is to assess each municipality's compliance with various laws and evaluate implementation of fiscal and operational best practices. It's also used by the DCA to determine areas that may need attention in certain municipalities, which are generally unscored survey questions. It's more just for informational purposes. Our answers to the scored questions determine if we will receive our full final aid payment. This year's inventory consisted of 70 questions in total. 51 were scored and 19 were unscored. And we scored, the borough scored 37 this year, and a score of 35 and greater assures full payment of aid. So the borough will be getting our full portion of energy tax receipts. The only two topics that scored a 0 included electric vehicle charging stations as well as lead paint inspections, but lead paint inspections have been on, I want to say 4 or 5 years continuously because it's something new being introduced into the boroughs, but we should be scoring on them next year because in 2026 we will begin implementing in the building department doing lead paint inspections. So we'll be able to scratch that one off the list. But otherwise everything else was in compliance and the borough was in good shape. That's it.
Thank you very much. And how was that this year? Done.
It
Very
was,
easy best practice.
yeah,
Not so.
yeah.
or
It
not
was,
too
it
bad.
was not bad at all, actually, because a lot of times, they'll ask for supplemental information, put together a spreadsheet, tally stuff out. There was none of that this year. It was a breeze. I think I got it done in just a few days.
Well, thank you for doing that. Okay, next we have a proclamation. Would you guys want to come a little closer? You're so far. I'll talk about it. For the honoring the 90th anniversary of the Allendale Bar and Grill. This is a long, so I'm gonna get rid of it. Whereas 2025 marks the 90th anniversary of the Allendale Bar and Grill, tracing its history back to 1935, where it's had its humble beginnings as a neighborhood tavern located in the old Allendale Hotel, owned by Mike and Maud Ma Connell. And whereas, even in its humble beginnings at the Allendale Hotel, the establishment was known for its great food and generous portions at bargain prices. And whereas, in 1947, Maud Connolly, a widow and devoted mother of 5 daughters, purchased 67 West Allendale Avenue, its present site, leaving behind her management of the restaurant and tavern of the Allendale Hotel, and with her vision, perseverance, and spirit, opened the Allendale Bar and Grill. And whereas Maud Connolly not only carried the Allendale Hotel's liquor license with her, but also carried the strength of character that would establish one of Allendale's most enduring family-owned businesses. And her entrepreneurial courage and dedication created a gathering place that has thrived for generations, becoming a landmark institution deeply woven into the fabric of the Allendale community. And whereas this milestone celebrates both the history of the Connolly and the Cunish families and the countless residents, visitors, and friends who have shared memories within its walls. Those walls could talk. Whereas this milestone celebrates both the, whereas the family's second generation, Mike and Bobby Kunish, instilled many life lessons in their children. None more so than a restaurant's success is measured by its impact on the community. They took great pride in knowing that Chris, Craig, and Katie would carry forward this with Kenny forever in their hearts. Whereas the fourth generation of family, Chris Kunish, Craig Kunish, and Katie Ohanian, together with their spouses Jeannie, Denise, and Pete, have proudly carried on the tradition of past generations through both the Allendale Bar and Grill and the Mawa Bar and Grill, insomuch that the AB&G is now memorialized on the new Allendale mural. And whereas Chris, Craig, and Katie continue to live by their parents' teachings and by Ma Connolly's original goal, set 90 years ago, to provide good food and plenty of it, along with generous drinks at reasonable prices for their guests. And whereas the Kunish family was recently awarded the 2025 New Jersey Restaurant and Hospitality Association Restaurateur of the Year Award, a high honor bestowed upon a restaurant owner or operator who exemplifies outstanding leadership, business success, and contributions to both the hospitality industry and the community. And whereas the patrons, guests, and staff of the Allendale Bar and Grill and the Mawa Bar and Grill are all considered family. And we are proud to bring everyone together to celebrate this extraordinary anniversary, honoring Maud Connolly's legacy and recognize the role in the Allendale Bar and Grill that it's played in shaping the social and cultural life of our town. Whereas preserving, honoring, and sharing our borough's history is a vital responsibility of this governing body, ensuring that future generations appreciate the contribution and leaders like Maud Connolly and the Kunish family, who have helped define Allendale. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that I, Amy Wozinski, the mayor of the Borough of Allendale, along with the council, do hereby recognize and celebrate the 90th anniversary of the Allendale Bar and Grill and the remarkable vision of its founder, Maud Connolly. And be it further proclaimed that November 13, 2025 shall be a day to honor this legacy with deep gratitude to the Connolly and Kunish families for their lasting contributions to the history, character, and spirit of Allendale.
Oh, picture. We want a picture with you people.
I thought Dottie ordered it for her drink.
So she did. And it was supposed to be here today by 11 a.m.
And it didn't.
And it didn't come. She was very upset. So she did, but she said she could come. She's gonna have blue signs. And I put it on. She was really upset on it. She contacted Amazon. And then they had said it was gonna come at like 3:15 and
Right.
it didn't come. And then it just kept pushing it. And then they said Friday.
Oh, no.
She was really
Just so you
upset.
know, Dottie wanted to make sure
Yeah.
you guys knew.
Uh.
Your proclamation was so long. You had so much to say. So you're gonna get a bigger one of these.
Oh, yeah.
Legal size.
Yeah.
I
Legal
love
size.
her picture.
Oh, sorry.
Just didn't come in time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazon canceled it.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah.
They kept pushing and pushing and.
Yeah, it was supposed to be here by 11 a.m.
I
Thank you.
know, I know.
Thank you.
It's maroon. I got a red one.
jacket.
Oh,
I just got a Christmas jacket. Can you get a phone?
Liz, are you taking? Yeah, he-
I will, I will, I will.
It smells.
I just have to say out loud, Jeannie, get in the picture. And Jeannie, get in the picture.
It's like slide over so you get the borough sign in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay, Jimmy, come on. Y'all know each other. Get close.
One more.
There we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Great, thank you.
Thanks, Evan. Thank you very much.
I mean, it's just.
Oh, yeah.
Presentation.
This presentation, but I thought that we mentioned she was gonna do like that.
Oh.
Maybe we'll decide that. So
They say everybody that's- I don't-
Mother, it was kind of big back in the seats. I want to thank Mayor and Council for this really awesome award. But we have to keep in mind that Coonish family, like, we have the fun part. Now, we celebrate, we have the bar, certain, but the mayor and council and what you people do for this town is incredible. And I think it all started back with Mayor Barra, Mayor White, now Mayor Amy. The countless hours, time, energy, effort that you guys give this town to maintain my kids are fifth generation in this town, like we've seen a lot. And what you people do, like I said, for the town of Allendale is commendable and very much appreciated. So thank you very much.
Next we have approval of minutes, October 9th and October 23rd, 2025. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second, please.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Yakarino,
Yes.
Councilman O'Toole,
Yes.
Councilwoman Homan,
I will abstain on the October 9th and the 3rd.
Councilwoman Lovasolo,
Yes.
Councilman Delavatio,
Yes, on the 23rd, I abstain on the 9th.
Councilman O'Connell.
Yes.
All right, we good?
Councilwoman Lovasolo.
Yeah.
October 9th.
Yeah.
You
That's
were-
why I paused. Yes.
Oh.
I abstained from the 9th.
Nothing to do with that.
All right, next we have agenda review. We actually have a short agenda, a consent agenda. We have approval of an interlocal court agreement that we do for years now with Ho-Hocus. And we are actually have another authorization to go out to bid for snow plowing going out. And we have our approval, our list approval of this list of bill approval. And we also have, thanks for getting this on, Linda, the Bergen County Community Development Block Grant for Allendale Senior Housing, AHI. So with that, I would like to open the meeting on agenda items only. Anybody from the public like to come up and speak on anything in the agenda? Not seeing anybody. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda? So moved. Second, please.
Second.
Councilman Yakarino,
25-241, yes, on the back.
Councilman O'Toole,
Yes.
Councilwoman Homan,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lovasolo,
Yes.
Councilman Delavatio,
Yes.
Councilman O'Connell.
Yes.
As to keep it short, we are going to be attending a meeting, which I actually believe is Monday. So we'll be attending the ARC meeting. Looking forward to attending that again, and thank you to ARC for accommodating these people at the conference next week. So I'll keep it at that. I'm also working with Mark Valdez to update the borough's contact list with the key players of ARC that we use for field closure notifications and other notifications that are important to ARC. So Mark and I are working on that. One of the things I'd like to close on, and the tradition of fun this evening, is a fun fact about Allendale, which I discovered yesterday.
Oh, I can't.
So we know what Crestwood Lake is today, and it's a man-made lake. But what was it before it was a lake?
So with dirt.
It's less than a light bulb falling apart.
Before,
No, family owned it before.
a quarry.
I don't think I did.
Wow, I did not know that either.
I don't think that's true.
Lori.
Like a, not like a Polish quarry.
I'm not sure. Where's your source?
Where's your fact check?
AI.
Yeah.
Becoming the beloved community lake and recreation area that it is
Are you
today.
sure that's not Allen?
Crestwood Lake started out as a sand and gravel pit quarry. In the 1920s, the quarry was transformed into a swimming and picnic park for residents.
Look at that.
All right.
It's on the.
Fun fact.
It's on the record.
You know what? We're not gonna argue with you on the days.
Why do we buy sand every year?
Councilman O'Toole, are you done?
Yes.
Councilman O'Toole.
Thank you, Mayor. Our additional offer has gone out to candidate Christopher Laux.
Yeah.
He's currently in the background phase, before being on board as an officer. We are currently working on developing ordinances and programs to address e-bikes. Should become a hot topic around everywhere.
It's better fun fact than news.
Additional electronic speed signs have been installed around town, East Crescent, and the crosswalk photo enforcement, aka the safety sticks, will be coming soon. We've been put in the queue for installation. In case you don't recall, they're automatic traffic enforcement device, which will be placed by 2 crosswalks downtown to dissuade people from parking in the crosswalks.
And if you do, you'll get a ticket and there's nothing you can do about it. So don't park in the crosswalk by the liquor store. Where's the other one? You didn't at the liquor store. You guys get fair warning.
Look right at you.
They have a track record of
Yeah, Mayor.
helping out, so. It's a safety issue, and on Thursday, Friday, Saturday evenings, there are a lot of people and a lot of cars there. Our STOP program, Student Teacher Officer Partnership Program, is currently underway at the high school, teaching youth drivers about safe practices and interactions with law enforcement. And finally, we have scheduled our next public safety committee meeting for the 25th.
Sure, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Councilwoman Herman.
Hi, well, you know, I was busy thinking of what my fun fact could be, Tyler.
I'll have a better one next time.
And I will just share this since I'm sewer and water, that there are sewer systems that were built in Rome in 600 BC that are still in use today. Just saying. Anyway, so as far as sewers, as the public and council knows, we continue to have some litigations around the use of our sewer system via neighboring towns with very large developments because it will overburden our system. So they're continuing forward on that contentious situation. And as far as water, we continue to monitor the situation of Saddle River suit against Veolia. The information that I feel is probably valuable to the council as well as the public is, to the best of our understanding at this point, we do know that the suit does not involve residential meters, that it in fact involves large bulk meters. So I wanted to share that piece of information, but we will continue to follow that suit and see whether there is some application for Allentown. And then also as far as Veolia, I received some questions from a resident just around PFAS and water contaminant treatment. And so I've reached out to Veolia and we're gonna, figure out whether or not how maybe we can disseminate out some additional information to residents. I know that the NJDEP had sent out a PFAS questionnaire that we had posted on our Facebook and website to ask people what they know about PFAS and PFAS contamination. And so it may be really helpful to have Veolia share some information on the treatment options that are out there. And certainly if any resident or anybody has any questions, I'm always happy to discuss it because we spent a long time looking at PFAS treatment options and understanding the cost and the efficacy and the need for that.
And I would have to just add, thanks to you, we were actually ahead of the curve because we jumped on the PFAS before. Now it's become more of a household name. So we had that, another resident, I think, reached out and mentioned it. And you just took a deep dive into it. And that's when we really just made the final decisions, which is why we're basically almost all of our wells are treated right now.
Yeah, and I think about that, like that is really the story, unless it's here, that a resident had reached out with some confusion about, hey, I heard Allendale was on this list, which it turned out it wasn't Allendale that it was even on the list, but I was like, well, wait, what are PFAS anyway? And so we did begin this journey. So I think as a message to residents that we do take very seriously questions that they bring forward, and it's helpful.
Sure. Well, thank you very much. Councilwoman.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I did just want to say, Sina, unbelievable job that you've done, and just to see how appreciative you are. To me, that is the icing on the cake, obviously, from somebody that's hardworking, is intelligent, and to be appreciative of the opportunity that you have to work with people and learn from other people is just such a great example to other young people and adults as a whole, because all the kids that you had doing those 500 hours, they're seeing that this is how they're going to do it. And the trickle down effect of people doing things kindly, nicely, effectively is huge. So thank you for being a wonderful example.
Thank you.
No.
Councilwoman Lovasolo.
What she said. But also, you know, it's funny, we had the ABNG here tonight, and no matter where you are in the world, when you say you're from Allendale, New Jersey, if people know New Jersey and if they know this area, they're like, oh, the Allendale Bar and Grill. I mean, it literally is what Allendale is known for. But now we also will be known for our beautiful, absolutely beautiful barbecue. And I remember being at Crestwood when the first ones went in, right? And your mom was there taking photos of them. They really are photo worthy.
And remember, we were like struggling with the color of the concession stand, and we were like, should it be white, should it be blue? And we wanted a little, we wanted it to match the red barn, but we thought it would be weird to do it red. So when we did it white and then the red was it, we're just like, this was it. That's our answer. It's perfect.
Yep,
To the
sure.
design.
So also one of my council people up here called this my Fetterman outfit today.
Well, he fell down today.
You did.
I know, I was.
Yeah,
gonna-
yeah.
We wish the senator the best of luck, and hopefully he heals quickly. Yeah, whenever. So, and I've never worn a sweatshirt before, but I felt like today.
I did think that till I saw the writing. At first, I was like,
What is she? Yeah, could be a new look. All right, so finance. Thank you, Allison, for once again doing an amazing job with everything that you did to get us compliant and in line. I'm not sure when our next finance meeting is. I think it's in 2 weeks, but I'm
Yeah,
not
we
sure.
pushed it back. I forget.
But as our wonderful borough, what are you, admin? CFO.
Borough administrator.
Yeah.
Administrator.
Yeah, exactly.
Put
Put in an email recently. Our budget remains very solid at this time with no areas of concern identified. And then with the implementation of a few procedural adjustments in key areas, we are in a strong financial position. So yay us, yay Allison, thank you. Land use will be meeting again in 2 weeks. I reported at the last mayor and council meeting about our October land use meeting. But until that report, Mike Limatola, our property maintenance officer, would like to remind residents to have the trees on their properties inspected by a licensed arborist or other tree care specialist for dead or unhealthy trees. Residents will be held accountable for dead trees falling in roads, rivers, or on neighboring properties. Now, if the tree is along the road, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a borough tree, but if you think that the tree along the road is not your responsibility, but is a borough tree, please reach out to Michael PP, clarify that for you. There's some green team events happening on Saturday. There's a pumpkin and mum collection at Rossler's. So if you're done with your pumpkins now and are ready to move on to your Christmas decorating, as some people are, you can drop them off at Rossler's. I had that time somewhere. I thought Mark was gonna be here, so. I think it's, here it is. It is 9 to 2 at Rossler's, Mums and Pumpkin. He's also still collecting holiday lights. So if you have, if you're starting your Christmas decorating, you notice that you have bulbs out and you're want to get rid of your lights, they're also collecting that at Rossler's. Here at Borough Hall in the parking lot, they'll be collecting styrofoam, reusable bags. All of these things. And they'll be dropping them off later. And food collection. Also, in addition to this, we will be collecting warm jackets, coats, and sweatshirts. We're pairing with former Mayor Ben Spera, who every Saturday goes down to Patterson and donates these items to the homeless men and women in Patterson. So they're looking for very large warm coats and sweatshirts, and hats and gloves are always appreciated. And you can bring those to either collection place this weekend. And that's about it.
Thank you very much.
Wait, so they can either be brought
Oh, and-
here or to Rossler?
The clothing can, yeah. And look for the green team volunteers, they'll be collecting that also as well. Do that. And then here, the collection is 10 to noon.
All right, we'll post that too on our website.
Yeah.
And Facebook. Councilman Delavatio.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll be brief. We had our last meeting was before October 23rd, so I had a pretty good sized report back then, but I'll just give some brief, and our superintendent, Andy Gugliero, can give his report as well. I know the DPW is hard at work. They're prepping for winter coming. I know we had some salt delivered. And thankfully, we voted tonight to put the bid out for the snow removal, so we're good to go with the roads, hopefully, once we get our bids back. I know the guys have been busy picking up the bag leaves. We had a lot of drop-offs. It's been pretty windy lately, so I know a lot of branches, guys picking up a lot of debris in the roads and trying to keep everything safe and clean. And I know to Superintendent Gugliero's hard work and communication with the county DPW. Right, they came and they cleaned out our catch basins, which helped with some of these nice heavy rainstorms we get occasionally to open up the roads that typically flood. So thank you for doing that. And on the bright side, right, we have a new carpenter in town. So next time the Brookside Bridge or something, we need repairs.
There you go.
Right?
Next project.
So, yeah, so that's all I have, Mayor. And like I said, Superintendent Gugliero will fill in any holes that I left.
Thank you very much. Councilor O'Connell.
Thank you, Mayor. Let me just say a fun fact with Sinan. Every phone call, email or text I got, it will always say, sorry to bother you. And it was never a bother. It was my pleasure and privilege. On to the next project. Thank you for everybody's responses. Sorry, Chief. I didn't put birds. I put tree houses. You're not getting a tree house. But the Girl Scouts, they're working on their Bronze Star. Already reached out to Mike Matola and Jim Strout, so we got the ball rolling. A couple places I sent everybody. I think we're going to eliminate some off the list, but I will send that out as we walk it and see where they're going to go. And Jim already said we'll do garden hose and tie a rope around it, so when they move, it won't cut into the tree branch. And so we got the ball rolling on that.
Doing that, right?
Yeah, the Girl Scouts going to be doing that. We're just going to see where trees they're going to put it on.
Sure.
So there's about 14 birdhouses in several locations. So we'll keep it posted.
Excellent.
How does that fit in with our fair share housing commitment?
That kind of ADU.
It depends on how rich the bird is.
All right, off to our staff reports. We'll just go right down the line.
Okay.
Our CFO and Borough Administrator, Allison Altano.
Thank you, Mayor. Okay, so for finance, we've begun working on the 2026 budget already. My requests for budget reviews have been distributed to each department head, and I'm just waiting for their submissions. Most larger budget items are already known, such as pension, health insurance, the basics. Unfortunately, for 2026, the largest increase is health insurance, which has increased 35% this year. Unfortunately, we don't have any flexibility when it comes to the cost for retiree health insurance, but we do anticipate some savings on the active employee side due to the implementation of the Difference Card program, which offers lower premium costs to the borough and employees who wish to participate in it. And I would like to thank the mayor and council for approving this program. All of the employees who have decided to take advantage of it have really expressed their appreciation for
Great.
having the ability to save some money on their premiums. As Councilwoman Lovasolo stated, overall, 2025 has been a very successful year. All departments have made a conscious effort to remain fiscally responsible, and it's a very encouraging position to be in as we move into 2026. So it's always good. In the coming month, we're going to be having our second cell tower bid opening. So this is in hopes to obtain additional tenants on our cell tower and increase the revenue that we're already generating from it in the upcoming year. And finally, we have officially launched the credit card payments for the building department. I know last time that I was at a meeting, I stated that we were going to be doing it. So it's officially set up. So applicants who submit permit applications will now receive an email once their application has been reviewed, and inside the email will give you the option to either pay by credit card or electronic check, or you still have the option to still come in person and make payments by check. So I think a lot of people have actually already seen that
That's
we've been
great.
doing
Great.
that,
That's such a
but
great service to offer.
definitely much more convenient. So that's about it. Going into the end of the year, it's a lot of budget and a lot of numbers. So
Thank you. Our wonderful clerk, Linda Savino.
Thank you, Mayor. I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to all Allendale District Board workers and Super Board workers for their dedication and hard work on Election Day. Your commitment to arriving as early as 5 a.m. to prepare and open the polls by 6 a.m. ensures that the community's election process runs smoothly. It is a long and demanding day, and your efforts are truly appreciated. I would also like to thank the minor board workers for generously giving their time to support this important civic duty, and the residents of Allendale for their patience and cooperation throughout the day. A special thank you goes to my assistants in the clerk's office, Amanda Richards and Dottie Blitzer, for their invaluable help and support. I am also grateful for DPW Superintendent Andy Agugliero and Lieutenant Todd Griffith and Detective Chris Rosado of the Allendale Police Department for their assistance at the close of election night. Finally, thank you to the Allendale Fire Department for the use of their space for District 1. Your support helped make the evening run seamlessly. Your teamwork and dedication made the entire process efficient and successful. Thank you for your outstanding service to our community. And that's it.
Thank you. Smoothly.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Busy time of year for the police department. We're preparing for numerous public holiday gatherings and budgeting for upcoming years, or the upcoming year. Thank you to our residents for uneventful Halloween gathering. Ensuring public safety on Halloween is a challenge. An all-in effort by everyone involved, especially parents, is the only way we can enjoy a safe environment year after year for our children. Word of thanks to our public works staff for their response during October 30th rain and windstorm. Allendale received the brunt of the weather that day, and without the collaboration and hard work of our DPW, the police department's job would have been much more intense.
Superintendent Andy Agugliero.
Thank you, Mayor. So fall sports have pretty much come to an end. We just purchased a set of new turf blankets for the soccer field, so Tyler's happy, so we'll start. We're in the process of finishing winterizing Preston Lake and all of their spots in the borough that need to be winterized. As Councilman Delicio said, the bag leaf program's in full swing. People can drop them off on Wednesdays and Saturdays at the dump, from 4 to 7 on Wednesday, and Saturdays from 9 to 3 if they get missed or if they don't have mountain time. Reminder, this Saturday, November 15th is National Recycling Day. It's fitting that all the recycling stuff's going on Saturday.
That was planned.
Budget for 2025. 2026. And lastly, there's some new technology, and as you can see, the new monitors.
Yes, thank you.
Yay.
Council, council,
Yeah.
Ray Riss.
Let's go.
Our council, yeah.
No, that's all.
Council.
That might as well be a council.
As the mayor knows, a busy couple of weeks. Unfortunately, a lot of it still remains on the litigation or quasi litigation side. Working with the chief on several departmental matters, we still are trying to put the final i's dotted and t's crossed on the PBA contract. A couple of new issues raised this evening by the attorney for the PBA. We'll try to resolve those tomorrow. We've also got an issue pending on a return to duty matter involving the police department, and we're working with all concerned on trying to get that done. I'll call those in a quasi litigation context, but then more directly in terms of litigation, we talked about this before. What I'll call our well 17 litigation. We're anticipating the reply of the plaintiffs tomorrow, and then oral argument will be set by the court sometime during the 2 weeks after that. So we probably will have some decision on that or some guidance from the court before the year is out. And then with respect to our Avalon litigation, as I advised the committee tonight, we have a revised briefing schedule. So our briefing, the appellate division, is due now in mid-January. And I think it gives some more flexibility given everything else that's going on to try to resolve, some of those issues. And then working, as the mayor knows, from our daily multiple phone calls and emails every day, working with the special counsel and the mayor and our engineer on the interrelationship between our affordable housing litigation, Saddle River sewer matters, and the Avalon litigation. All of those seem to be inextricably intertwined, unfortunately. So it really does take a team effort to try to coordinate all of those activities which relate to each other. That's it.
Thank you. And then I'll just parlay my report into that too. The fair share housing continues to be a grueling demand, taking significant time and energy. Our team has already participated in multiple meetings with the judge, adjudicator, fair share housing, Avalon Bay, our experts. We have another meeting tomorrow with Ray and our other attorney. So they're complex, and there's a lot of back and forth, but we remain steadfast in protecting the character and interest of our community, but while trying to while complying to our state mandates. And it's a process, and these people, they're also very tired because they have 400 or so other municipalities that they're dealing with, and it's a lot of back and forth, and it gets very contentious at times. But we're trying to stay positive and work out a deal that's encouraging for everybody. We have our fourth town hall of the year coming up on December 2nd. These are very popular forums for our residents. As you see, this actually is a lot of people for our council meetings. Usually there's none. So, but we do pack them in for the town hall. So they're just a little bit more casual. People don't have to go on the record and state their name. So they tend to just want to come and ask questions. So in our spirit of being transparent, we are having our fourth one at 7 o'clock, December 2nd at the community center. Actually, there will be a QR code in our next newsletter if anybody wants to give us any topics ahead of time, so we're prepared. Also in the newsletter, and I encourage everybody to sign up for the newsletter. There's so much good information in there. Is a letter to residents regarding my meeting with Bishop Michael Saporino, and I think everybody will find that very interesting. We also have the holiday walk coming up on December 5th, and lots of interesting new items to decorate the town, and some that residents and myself will be helping with. So I'll be sending an email out. So we got some garland and lights and wreaths that we got to fluff up. So we're gonna gather at the community center, and we're gonna put all hands on and decorate the town for the holidays. We met with actually Boy Scouts, Bill Thomas and Bill Murphy today. We talked about opportunities to meet with these young men and women and talk about their civic duty. So thank you for that conversation today. It was excellent. And congratulations to Councilman Matt O'Toole and Tyler Yacarino on their successful bid for council again and willing to serve this great town for another years.
Yay.
And with that, is there any unfinished business or new business? Then I'd like to open the meeting up to the public on any matters. Anybody from the public wish to come up and speak? Anyone else? State your name and your address.
Two things. First of all, Liz, you mentioned that you got a letter from a resident regarding the PFAS issue. I'm just curious, is this a new resident that you got it from? Because, I mean, we've been dealing with this and you have been so out in front of it for over 10 years that, you know, maybe it's because of what's going on with well 17 and the absolute ludicrousness of how this is all being handled. So I didn't know if this was a new person that wasn't aware that we've been so out ahead of it, but it was just, I'm not sure you can answer that question, but I just was shocked that there was somebody that didn't know how much we have actually done for PFAS.
Yeah, I thank you so much for recognizing the amount of effort that the entire council has put forward and the community as a whole.
Yeah, absolutely.
This particular question really was around more understanding of what types of, like we have temporary treatment in for 4 out of the 5 wells that are within the Allendale border. And theirs was asking about how the future permanent treatments would operate, and could there be better choices, different choices? And from my perspective, I felt that it was good to bring in Veolia because they have been very open and really forward thinking in getting the temporary treatment in immediately. And so I feel that it's good to kind of hand the question forward. And we'll just have to see what the best forum is to share, because, you know, Veolia has committed to ensure that we remove PFAS from, and other contaminants from the water. And so having questions about how, what, you know, there's different types, there's granular activated carbon, there's resin. So I think, yeah, so, but yes, thank you so much.
No, and yeah, I mean, that was the entire reason we wound up selling the system and having been so lucky really to have Veolia pay us the amount of money they did, number one, and number two, have a company that's actually handling the PFAS issue for us. So I think there's no knowing where we were, there's no way we could have continued the way we were. So anyway, I just appreciate that. And then number two, I know the Kunish family has already left, but I just wanted to say on the record how blessed we are now, Will, to have the ABG. You know, Suzanne, you're right. Yeah, you know, I was on a plane traveling from Europe, and there was somebody that wasn't even from New Jersey, and they knew the AB&G. So
You always hear a story.
yeah, I mean, it was just fantastic. And they give so much back to the community and mean so much to us between Kunish Field and the town. And they're just amazing people, amazing family. And we really are blessed to have them. So I just wanted to put that on the record as well. And thank you so much. It's nice
What
to see
day?
you all tonight. And congratulations.
I thought we were known for our sand and gravel quarry, so.
Anybody else from the public wish to speak on any matters?
Walter River, 30 Hamilton. I hate to complain again. The thing's coming.
Oh, wait, that's it. Where's Ann? Oh,
That's,
Ann,
that's the-
We have new speakers coming.
We are working on it.
so did you, so Walter, we have, Walter.
Sit over here.
Are you hearing good happen, bad happen?
Well,
Catch the part about the core.
I want to bring something to your attention that we have no control over. Veil, the pain in my butt. I have gone to them numerous times, talking to them about their shrubs and trees. As
Okay.
you may or may not know, the trees along Crescent, not the community center, trees along Crescent are the Vale's territory. When they put them in, I talked to them about it and I found this out. And the deer presently are, I assume it's the antler. of rubbing the bark on the tree. I went to the Vale and asked them if they would be willing to pay for the,
Tree guard.
the bark,
Yeah, the tree guard.
yeah. And I said I would be more than glad to purchase them and put them on the trees if they would be reimbursement. And their answer to that was no. It's a corporate thing, and you know how they function. So I know I'm wasting my time talking to you about it because you have nothing to do with it.
Well, I could put a email and I have a conversation with the manager there probably at least once a month, so. I could certainly ask them to do the as well. Sure, I'd be happy to.
Right now, I don't know if you can see it. I've got pictures of the trees. They are,
Yeah,
the bark is shredded.
sure, I'll be happy to do that. Walter.
Thank you, Walter.
Anybody else from the public wish to speak? Not seeing anyone, motion to adjourn.
So
Don't move.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, everybody.